Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. All I ask is that we please tap the screen and be engaging in the chat just to keep the live safe, as we are calling out some people tonight, and they may get upset. So if we can please tap the live, share the live, and engage in the chat. Welcome in, everybody. As soon as, Fallon, are you here? I got it. I see you now.
Good evening.
Hello.
Y'all feel free to share the hell out of this live to whomever you feel like it. If you would like to, towards like the middle, if you would like to share it out to an enabler, just let me know who it is so I can find a screenshot.
Yes, we'll be doing more of these. This is just a start. This was kind of a fast last minute thing. We just wanted to get on. It's been a while since we've done a live. So I want to get this moving. So everybody please tap, share, and just engage in the chat. That's it. Nothing else asked for. I'm going to turn that off because I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was up at the top. I didn't turn it off for some reason.
Oh my god.
There we go. That's better.
I had some tears going on, so.
Give me 1 sec, guys.
Birdie, I'll be right back. I'm going to share out the live.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I was just doing. Welcome in, y'all.
Yes, please tap the screen, share the live. Let's get it out. Let's try and get some people in here. So we can hopefully get a little bit more engagement just to bring light to this. This has been this has been wanting to happen for a long time on our end, so hi Amanda. Hi TikTok villain. Welcome in. Tap the screen, share the live.
Hey, Sam.
Once we get a few more people in here, we'll start the show. Hi Schindler. Hi user. Hi Tanya. Hi Proud Mama. Sangria Queen. Thank you guys for sharing out the live. Hi Beauty.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome in. I'm so sorry, Sam. Our condolences. Hello, Jillian. Thank you for sharing out the live, guys. Thank you so much. So we will, towards the end, if people want to come up and talk, we will open boxes. Right now, we're going to go through the enabler call out. If any of the enablers happen to pop in, we will absolutely allow them to join a box to talk, and go from there. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining the live. Thank you for tapping the screen. That's all we ask for is taps, engagement in the chat, and sharing it out to just try and get some more people in here. Tonight is part 1 of Enabler Call Out. So we just want to welcome all of these lovely people to the enabling side of TikTok. What we'll do is we'll start first with one of Fallon's most favorite, and I will go ahead and let Fallon go ahead and start.
Okay, sorry. So this, my friends, you guys have probably heard me mention Jessie for quite a while now. Jessie, you will recognize as Queen Peaches 420. And when I say she is everywhere, she is every damn where. She enables some of TikTok's oldest scammers to TikTok's most recent scammers. Guys, if she's on your platform, it's a huge, huge caution and courtesy post here. She reports everything.
I encourage you, if you can, anybody who can, share the live to her. I would love to welcome her in to see if she has anything to say while we continue this topic.
And
Go.
the biggest thing here is that I have repeatedly sent her requests to come in and tried to get her. I actually went into a live where she was and she ran. So each time she turns into a track star. But here's the thing about Jessie. Jessie is a special case because there is something about Jessie that she wants to ride the fence so hard there's splinters in her butt. She will send me scammers to go watch and then go in there and think I'm not in there on a burner and enable them. So why even send it to me or to All for One or to anyone and say, watch them, I think they're scamming, but yet go in there and throw gifts or try to say, I'll match $5 if anybody has this. It doesn't make any sense to me. But what really gets under my skin is the people that she's enabling. When I first set my sights on Jessie, she was in Lisa's chat. She gave Lisa $10 and Lisa made her a mod for a short period of time. Then she got the $10 and LR sent her another request for more money. And when Jessie didn't do it, Jessie made a nasty video, which lives on Barry's enablers page. And you'll see that here in just a second that Troll is going to play for you to be able to go see that video where she called out LR. When she called out LR, not only was that good enough for her, she posted the TikTok of Lisa crashing out on her Facebook page. And I asked, was this for clout? Was it for revenge? Was it to hurt LR? What reason would you have to post something like that to hurt someone just because they scammed you out of $10 when she was already warned over and over and over? This isn't something that we take lightly because everyone already knew about LR and her past. But at the same time, there were still animals in the house. There were still mitigating circumstances as to why we were trying to bring awareness to her. When you enable someone who is actively struggling with some type of substance and struggling with trying to stay clean, recovery is possible always. Recovery is possible always, but when you have someone who's enabling you, that's the worst kind of person in that they're not struggling with anything. They're just trying to feed these people's substance problem. Why would you do that? And Jessie, in my opinion, is not only doing it with LR, she's now doing it with Jordan. She is now the newest moderator for Carol Edwards. She is in the chat with King Cujo, Caitlin Blake. We've all seen what goes on with Caitlin Blake when she's nodding out on live. There's not an enabler that I could possibly name to you right now that I haven't seen Jessie in the chat. I can't make a long TikTok because it doesn't keep someone's interest whenever I'm making 3-minute long videos. So I could just sit here and play screenshot after screenshot after screenshot. But after a while, again, it comes out like Kim Peters. When she was a mod for Kim Peters, it kind of fell on deaf ears because it's nothing new because there's no shock value with him anymore. There's nothing that she can do that shocks you. So it's kind of like with Jessie. When you see her in the chat and she's enabling, she now gets to the point where she says, I don't have any money, but I can help you mod, and starts blocking the truth.
Yeah, King Cujo is awful. And he has a very bad history. And there's a lot of lore behind that scenario. But yes, he is definitely a troublesome one, that one.
Yes, 100%.
All right. So I'll go ahead and go and play the video for you. Ooh. Oh, Fallon, speaking of that, can you give a little bit of clarification in regards to how you like point up at the top to like the gifting like league and that kind of stuff for some clarification, because some people were asking about it.
As far as
Like, you know how you do the arrow up, like showing like their like leagues and
Well, I think what she's trying to point out when she does it is kind of proof showing you, you know, how engaged they were in whatever chat that they were saw in. You know, like if they're gifting, if they're, because you know now you can kind of see a rank that will tell you what they've given.
and the when I putting the arrow up, it's basically telling you whose chat you're in, but then up at the top, it's telling you the engagement and level in which they're at. So Carol, because she battles sometimes, it puts her in a different league than other people that would just go in with their Cash App, like Big Mark. He doesn't want gifts, and he gets upset whenever someone is actually gifting him. So his ranking goes down, and his engagement is down. So he's not ever going to really receive any bonuses or anything off of that because he doesn't care. He just wants straight cash. He wants to bypass the system, and he doesn't care about anything else. Where Carol, she's just trying to get more people in there.
Which I like the arrows because it shows a specific situation or, you know, what you're wanting us to focus on. So keep doing the arrows.
Okay.
I'm not quick anymore. I'm slow because I'm old.
All right. So Jessie was our first lovely person of the night. A very big enabler to a lot of scammers and beggars on this app. So we just wanted to highlight. Fern says it's lagging. So if we could just tap and keep the engagement going. We are going to now move on to Denise. Some of you may remember Denise, Mind Over Matter. Go ahead, Fallon. The floor is yours.
So once again, we're in a situation where we are in a chat where we see Mind Over Matter become a mod for Patsy, and everyone, I don't want to go really down that rabbit hole with Patsy, other than for you guys to know that Patsy has a substance problem with alcohol, and it was bad, and there were mitigating circumstances once again because there were animals involved and innocent souls involved. Um, it again takes a special type of person to have no type of empathy whatsoever to go in and enable someone who is struggling that badly and think that it's okay to sit in their chat and try to sit there and say that it's okay for everything that's going on. There's no reason that anyone needs to go into any chats and say, y'all are just being bullies. The truth is not bullying. As long as you're being truthful and you can back it up with a screenshot or a receipt, that's not bullying. They choose to be the ones to continue to call us bullies because they don't want to hear what we have to say. But just like anything else with the people that we surround ourselves with, if I couldn't go to the panel that is on here, or I couldn't go to Trolla and say, hey, look, you did something the other day that I didn't appreciate, and we would talk it out, because friends do that. Friends make sure that they have each other's back, but at the same time, they'll be the first person to call you out on your bullshit. And that's the type of people that I want to surround myself with. If I ever do something that I can't back up, I expect you guys in the chat to come and say, hey, I didn't see this screenshot, or I didn't see that. Can you send it to me? You're not coming at me sideways. You're just calling me out on the carpet saying, do you have it? Because I don't expect you to have my back or Trolla's back or anybody's back if they're not going to give you a receipt to make sure that your nose is clean as well. The important thing here tonight is the amount of enabling that is being done to people who are struggling with substance. I don't know how to say it without getting us taken down, but it's the last dollar, the last $5 could possibly be their last. And I am not so sure that people like Denise and people like Jesse would even care, or would they just go on to the next person if that person doesn't wake up the next morning for something that they gave their last dollar to? Do you guys think that they would?
No.
I agree.
Yeah, not at all.
And here's the other thing, too. I don't care what anybody says. Investigations do happen, and they will investigate who gave money, where the money came from, and they will find out who it is that's involved. And they will literally show up at your doorstep and question you. That's why I don't donate. It's plain and simple. Keep your money to yourself. Don't get yourself involved in something that could lead to bad situations. And that's how I stand on it. 10 toes deep.
I agree. And there, unfortunately, is going to come a time that something is going to happen on this app, and it's going to be so well televised and so well put out there that it's going to set a precedent for people who are moderators, people who enabled, because they do have your information. You gave money off of your Cash App, and if you think a wire transfer cannot be tracked down, or your IP address can't be tracked down, you're not as anonymous as you think so. And the precedent that's going to be set out. So whenever, say that there's a screen name where Slimy Noodle gave $5 to someone who is strung out, the next thing you're going to see is, Slimy Noodle, Dwayne Johnson just went to jail for 5 years for enabling. There's going to be a precedent comes one day, and it's going to be the first of its kind, but it's going to take hold, and people are going to start being held accountable. And I don't want to see that. And it'll probably be somebody, their very first time that they ever gave, but it'll be somebody who, but like, it won't be the Jessies and it won't be the Denises. It'll be somebody who just comes along and truly thinks that the deceit that these people are giving is true, but they're going to be held accountable. I hope that it's the Denises, and I hope that it's the Jessies. But again, if you have a friend out there, tell every single body you could come in contact with.
Look at all the lives that we've come across. I've come across that individuals are walking that real thin red line. I mean, what's his name? Country Boy. You know, dozing out. Uh, Another one, the young lady that had the adult beverage problem, and the numerous times that the police were called. I mean, it's that thin red line. You got to sit there and think to yourself, am I a better person because I'm enabling them, or am I a better person for trying to put a stop to it? I mean, I don't understand the concept behind it. It's plain and simple. They're a person, they're a human. Don't enable them, don't continue to give to them, and don't continue to keep pushing others to give to them. At least that's what I've been seeing a lot lately.
Yes, absolutely. And guys, I don't want you to think that, going back to Jesse, the thing with Jesse is that the addiction level is, she was enabling people like Caitlin and Carol and Cujo and Jordan, but she was also a moderator for Kim, and everyone knows what Kim's substance of choice is. And it could be blowing her money, it could be food, it could be anything that she feels like she can't do away with, because that too is a part of addiction. I think that um also, I think TikTok is part of that as well. But I think somehow or another these enablers feel, someone said it in the chat earlier too, that they just want their name called out. And I think All For One does a really good job whenever he's live and he says, if you want your name called out, then come in and just interact with us in the chat. We'll talk to you for free. We don't want your money. Just talk to us. Come here and tell us about whatever's going on in your life. But here's the other thing I want everyone to know. Whatever your thing is, you can type it into the top of the TikTok search bar and go find your tribe. Go find your people. It doesn't have to be a scammer or a beggar who just wants your money, so they're going to act interested in you.
And the second you stop giving, their interest is gone and you're in the trash.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
My question is the legal ramifications that would fall on TikTok for the simple fact, and I know they've got corporate lawyers out the wazoo, but the legal ramifications for the fact that TikTok isn't enforcing what they're supposed to enforce. And now I'm starting to see individuals blindly, having that adult cig or, something to that effect, and they're allowed to get away with that. But before, they were really hamstringing a lot of people, not allowing that to happen. And my question is that one time that something severe or terrible happens, is TikTok willing to take responsibility for it, to allow it, for allowing it to happen? Those are the questions that, I mean, yeah, right. They don't follow their own rules. So if they don't follow their own rules and enforce it because of this so-called algorithm, then are they willing for lawsuits or, criminal charges to be brought against them? I don't know. I mean, but those are things that certainly should get looked into, or at least thought about.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I have a video on this one too.
Said that she could spare 5. She said
This was last night, mind you.
sure. And then you guys, as soon as I
Was this when she was trying to get her car paid?
Yep.
Okay.
when she was enabling Patsy with that whole debacle, she changed her name, which was her legal government name, to this Piper Love 83. You guys can't tell me, in my opinion, that she didn't know she's enabling bad behavior, bad, dangerous behavior, when she changed her legal government name to something generic. That to me has guilt written all over it. They know what they're doing. And not only that, in a screenshot in that video, she says, I'm through with all of this. I'm not entertaining it anymore. And then someone in the chat, I think it was Amber or someone asked her, so are you just basically doing this to grow your platform? And she said, I'm not trying to grow my platform. Why even write something like that, but then turn right around and here you are in Jordan Paul's, I can spare $5, and watch Jordan pace like a caged animal to get her fix. That's what Jordan was doing last night. You can't tell me otherwise.
No, and I have that video posted on my page from last night of her aggressively pacing around her sister's house or apartment or whatever. Like, the vibe I was getting was not she needed that money for a car payment.
And I just don't get how they can sit in awareness lives and hear everything that we're saying or see the horrible things that are happening in our world with people getting a hold of some bad things and just sit there and try to feed it or get other people to feed it. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, not only that, if you're in a room and you go in a room and there's 250 people in there and 245 of them are all saying the same thing, read the room. They can't all be lying, right? You know, like,
Yep.
if everybody's saying the same exact thing, do a little research.
Well, see, that's a good point because I was talking to Moonlight Whisper today, one of my mods, or was it yesterday? And she sat there and she said, you cannot literally tell us that you don't know what's going on, first off, and you don't know what you're doing. You do know what you're doing. You do know what's going on. So for somebody to sit there and backpedal and say, oh, I didn't know what was going on with this live. I didn't know what was happening. Yes, you did. You had to.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
I mean, those are
And
lies on lies that the beggars or scammers are putting out.
yeah, and I want to reference someone made a comment earlier. I didn't catch it in time, but they said that a lot of the time these enablers are lonely. I'm sorry, that's not an excuse. You can be lonely. There's places out here that you can reach out to. You could go to your local like pet adoption place and you can cuddle a cat or a dog and that will cure your loneliness. I just don't think that that's an excuse to be on here throwing money at people like Jordan Paul. You know, like I think there's other ways that you could cure that loneliness without enabling people.
Yes, and that is very true. Unfortunately, a lot of the time it is elderly people. And if you notice, 99.9% of the time it is also of the female that are more of the ones to be enabling.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I pulled up your next favorite one.
Awesome. Okay, so we have a theme going with Peaches. Peaches is another one where she put in her bio that she was new to TikTok in October, but I have screenshots going back all the way to April of 2024. The other thing I wanted to make sure that everyone knows is that there are eyes everywhere. Just because I didn't see it, don't think that they didn't send it to Trolla or to Birdie or to Amber, that they're going to send it to me or they're going to make their own videos. It's everywhere. One of the OGs that came before me, Barry's Manifesting Enablers. If it's not on her page, it's not because she didn't see it. People are sending still stuff to her. Now, Barry's goes from different lives all over the place because she's, you know, got certain ones that she goes to, but she's everywhere. So she's going to see it. And all she has to do is mention it to one of us, and then we're locked in. We're going to see that name over and over, and we're going to find where they are. A lot of times when I go into lives and I scroll in, a lot of times they're like, hi, Fallon, hi, Fallon. And I will dip right back out because I'm scrolling to see where I can find scammers. So please don't think that I scrolled in and like dipped really quick for a reason. It's only because I'm scrolling looking for scamming and cash apps and bios and for that stupid phrase, I haven't eaten in 15 days. Things like that are going to hold me up, because the moment that I see a red flag, I'm going to start paying attention and I'm going to start telling everybody else. But the main thing that I'm doing in there is I'm looking for the usual suspects. I'm looking for Jesse, I'm looking for Denise, and I'm looking for Peaches. And Peaches is one of those where she enabled Kim, she enabled LR, she enabled Caitlin, and then last night she was enabling Jordan. If you want to play her video, Trolla.
Moving to the country, going to a lot of beaches. Moving to the country, going eat a lot of beaches. Just coming from a camp, we were put there by a man.
There's another point there that, like I was saying earlier, it's not just adult beverages in which is being abused. In some situations, like as in, say his name for me again, Trolla. That gentleman.
Stephen Asante from My 600-Pound Life.
Yes. So we all know what he's abusing, and she's enabling. So the dates where she says I'm new, she's not new. She's not new to Beg Talk. She's not new to an enabling situation because, again, I can't remember who it is that pointed out no one is single on My 600-Pound Life. They have to have some type of enablement going on to be in a situation that they're in. And that's in any walk of life. It could be shopping addiction. It could be adult beverages. It could be food. It could be just gambling. It could be anything that you think you can't do without. There's no reason that people need to get on here and, in my opinion, enable some of the worst behavior online when all they're trying to do, these people are not even going to remember you the next day because all you are is a pocketbook to them.
Amen.
This one is going to be one that if you have her on your friends list, if you'd like to share it out to her and get her in here, I would be more than glad to speak with her again. I just want you guys to know that she does not like to tell the truth. She was called out. She was asked about a situation where she was enabling your girl Kizzy, and she lied about it. And then she went behind my back and she went to another creator and said, Fallon was mean to me. Guys, I'm never going to be mean to someone who just sent a gift and didn't know. But if you're sitting in awareness lives and you are in there daily and soaking up everything that we're saying and then turn right around and gift knowing that these people are actively abusing a substance, you're wrong and my patience is gone. And it should be with anybody, because I'm really tired of talking, because the amount of time that I have spent trying to message you, and I know that all my counterparts are trying to message you, how much time did that take for all of them to message you that they could have spent on a new potential victim that did send money or was going to send money because they couldn't afford their medicine the next month because they thought that they were trying to do some type of good? The most important thing here is these people, when they're on your page, they're going to bring your platform down. And Fern is down in the chat, can tell you all of those videos that Fern did, all of that work that she put towards her page is no more. Fern's page is gone now because of people like Mexican Girl who play both sides and continue to think that it's okay that they're doing research. How is going into someone's chat and gifting them or saying, "Did you eat today?" How is that research?
Hunter Biden's laptop, Fallon says you need to get a life.
Aren't you bored with that yet? Hunter Biden's laptop? Like, you've been saying that now for a year. And you've been following. I mean, I appreciate you being infatuated with me, dude, but I mean, I don't do well with fans. So kick rocks and have a nice day.
I had him blocked already, but I was going to invite him to a box apparently because he must have a lot to say or something.
Which is fine. I mean, if he wants to take a box, I just think that it's wasted air, just like he's a waste of
Right.
space. But
I think whoever it is, they'd be too chicken shit to get into a box.
Amen.
but my problem with sharing a space with him is he likes to say the R word. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, which is what I don't agree with.
right.
I'm gonna play this video.
Okay.
Fallon always has beautiful music choices.
Because people bully other people on here that I've never had an issue one with her. So she is welcome on my lives. So, like I was saying, we have tonight covered. We'd love to get tomorrow covered. That way I can get out and make some money and continue, you know.
Sorry.
So, Fallon, I'm just going to go ahead and block you because I don't know what you're...
So, Mexican Girl, again, she's everywhere. Everywhere. And she doesn't like to tell the truth. She wants to enable, but then she wants to pretend like she's doing it for the greater good. She's doing research, or she's trying to become friends with them. In that post where she was telling Tim and Angela to call her, who gives their personal phone number to scammers and they're being that close? Call me? So I'm not going to have Beth Osborne call me. And if Beth Osborne has your phone number, please don't talk to me. I don't want to ever be in, please don't talk to me. I don't want to ever be in circles with someone who has ever enabled Beth Osborne, knowing the amount of awareness that's put out on Beth. Mexican Girl has one of those complexes where she thinks that everyone is her friend because she thinks that we don't see everything that she's done. I've been following her now for almost 8 months, and I've just started to see a huge reoccurrence of seeing her in so many chats and comments here lately. And she's still playing that same old song. Well, they blocked me, but they don't have any proof. And all I have to say is that is hold my beer. You want screenshots? I got them. Come see me. And the reason I have screenshots is because of you guys and getting messages telling me that the Mexican girl is in Matt's chat or she's in Tim and Angela's, and I can go and get my screenshots that I need. So again, I wouldn't be having the success that I have on this page trying to protect your platforms without you guys. So it's a huge appreciation for everything that everyone on this panel and in this chat does. So thank you again.
This one's an oldie but a goodie making a comeback.
So I was notified by Trolla the day that Misha was begging for cash to buy his vehicle. Was this another vehicle, Trolla?
So his vehicle broke. He needed apparently $5,000 for a down payment for a new car, and he ended up raising the money for the down payment. And somebody mentioned in the comments that he should go to McDonald's for a celebration. He mentioned that all of his money would be gone because it was going to go towards the car. Well, Lindsay said, hold my beer. Let me send you the money so that you can go get celebratory McDonald's.
This video is going to be a little bit different because this is before I learned how to do screenshots where it would do it automatically. So I was still learning back here. She was one of the original enablers that I started following. And now with her being in with a comeback, she's changed her name. And Trolla told me about her because she recognized her from way back when. So I don't know how this one's going to play.
Yeah, right. Way back when from Kimmy days, like a long time ago. This one's actually not going to play as a video. I had to actually post. It actually made me save it as pictures, so you can see the different. But there's the setup anyway.
You can tell them what the date is on the repost from where she was actually reposting awareness creators' videos. Was that August for Carrie?
I don't even see the date, to be honest with you.
Okay. So I think that was actually August of 2024. And she reposted on Carrie Walls, which is another huge scammer. And reposting sitting in awareness lives. I had seen her over and over. I actually thought she was one of us. And to see her go in on the day that Kim was begging for the fair money and give her money, ask her for her Cash App or Venmo, and actually gave money to Kim, I was shocked. I could not believe what I was seeing after the amount of awareness creators' lives that she was sitting in. And when I went and started looking at her following and who she was friends with, I couldn't even tag them to let them know that, hey, you've got an enabler following you, because there were so many. I think she was following something like 5,000 people. And out of all of those, majority of them were Beg Talk. I don't know how you can go into a chat and sit there and feel comfortable and not think that someone's going to call you out. But Lindsay Bananas did it. And I see her now in comments, and for her to send money to Michel, I don't know how to say his name, sorry.
His actual name is Michael.
Okay.
Nickname, they call him Mish, and then he goes by Michel Lamour or whatever. Okay. But he is a huge scammer on this app. And if you have not come across him, I encourage you to look up his name. I encourage you can go to my YouTube channel. His videos are uploaded. He is the most arrogant, rude, condescending person ever. And I don't know how anybody would even want to enable this man who thinks he is so entitled and just took out a car loan and he's been at his job for about 8 months now, I think, his new job. And he's supposedly going to be able to pay a $450 a month car payment, but yet begs for rent money, electricity money, cell phone money, Wi-Fi money, and he basically doesn't pay his bills. Everybody does it for him. And he has like 360,000 followers, and he is still living off the whole American Idol. Because you remember back in the day, American Idol used to put people on the show who would basically be comical. And that's exactly what they did with him. And he is still living off of that. But if you watch him, he thinks TikTok is watching him and cares about him, and he's untouchable. And he's so entitled, it's disgusting.
Let's not forget, with that $5,000, he made that in one night, 12 hours. He also had about approximately $3,000, according to him, in the receipts that he showed with his phone, that it was all tied up. He couldn't use any of it. None of it.
Well, that was because that was his donations.
Uh-huh.
He
Yeah.
made $3,500 in donations in 12 hours.
Yep.
And then somebody else wired him the rest of the money to the car dealership for it. And
Right.
supposedly he has to pay that person like $150 a month on top of that. So be ready, because his first car payment's going to be coming up, and he'll be on here. And
Yep.
I'm interested to see if he pays back any of these loans that he also received, because he did not only receive a loan from somebody for that wire, somebody also sent him 1.2K loan as well for the car.
And he's also, I agree with Trolla, he is OG begging. He goes back to the old Austin days.
Yep.
My thing is if that enabler turned around and coughed up the money from McDonald's, why'd you cough up money just for McDonald's? Cough up the money to go to Red Lobster or something,
Exactly.
I'm just saying. I mean, you've obviously got a good chunk of money to give to him.
Anybody who knows Mish, his favorite is Texas Roadhouse.
Yes, it is.
He
talks about it all the time too.
Yes, he likes to beg for that, and there have been many times where he has begged for the money, gotten the money, and went out and was eating on live, and it is so gross to watch him eat sometimes on live. Ugh.
Can't be any worse than Maggie Foster watching her eat macaroni and cheese today.
I just can't. So I think that was the end of the first part of the enabler call out. The next little thing that we got here is, this is just a link that is in my bio. It will direct you to our email. So if you have anybody you need to send to us, or screenshots, anything like that, our email, you can screenshot this page if you need to. Our email's at the top. There is a link to Michelle's Reddit. There is also a link for the National Association of Mental Health, for the helpline, because that is very important nowadays, guys. So please, if you need help, don't ever hesitate to reach out. You can also see that there are resources, and it is All for One's Linktree that is attached. You will also see that there is the attachment to Kim Peters' Snark, as well as the link to the YouTube into where we do upload videos. We have multiple people on there right now. Jordan Paul, Carrie, Michelle, Brittany, also known as Widow Kitty, Chaos. I know a lot of people have been starting to see Chaos. Savage, Unique Savage or whatever. She hasn't been on in a couple days. It's actually been more than a couple days. And there's some more on there. So, if you guys do miss lives or something, you can always check that out, and see and catch it. And if you need to do any screen recordings, stuff like that, it's there. Oh, let me see here. Why won't it go to the next page? And then this is just a little bit of follow the trail of proof. We have the Reddit for the Real Tulip Strip Snark. We have the Reddit for Jordan Paul. There's the Reddit for Michelle. There is multiple TikToks. As you can see, Fern, Sammy, myself, Miss Smithers, Melody Rose, Fallon. You forgot to put yourself in there.
Oops.
Failed. And always don't forget, type in any screen name in the TikTok search bar. You can check tickleap.com. You can see money in real time from the gifts. Always remember the gifts equal money. TickLeap is not going to show you anything aside from the gifts. So if they are making money, having over a certain amount of followers, subscriptions, if they happen to be in the monetization for lives, because you can now monetize in lives. Plus, with TikTok's new structure, there is now goals that they give you when you're running a live, and it's based on like analytics or something, and it's not calculated till like the end of the week, and it's weird, and I don't know. It like throws you in leagues and stuff like that. I don't go live enough to pay attention to that, but for scammers and beggars who do go live on a consistent basis, also think about that. I also please encourage you guys, if you are going to watch them. Please don't engage in the chat, because engagement just helps push them on the FYP. You going in and saying, oh, what do you need today? Or stuff like that is just helping encourage other people to feel sympathy and possibly fall victim to it.
And even the algorithm now doesn't know the difference between you going in. This is how much TikTok values the engagement in what you're doing. They don't know if you go in there and tell them to kick rocks, stop begging, or if you're telling them you're beautiful, I'm so proud of you, even though you look like 3-day-old death. They're so the algorithm wants you so badly to comment in their chat that it gives you a little banner now telling you you're a 1, 2, or 3 gifter, even when you didn't give anything. Now, if that doesn't tell you how badly that someone could look at that and just automatically think that you are enabling, when you've got a gifter badge right next to you. And Troll is going to touch base on when you go in and you actually see someone that's sitting in these awareness lives with you and you click on their name. Lots of troll accounts are going in. Like there's several birdie accounts. There's even like a bunch of Wish You Knew accounts. And we all know that that's Kim's #1 enabler. They never give money, but they're in there blocking the truth. Every time you go in there and say, I messaged you, for when you see a brand new person, or you're trying to get them to not give out their hard-earned money because, again, they don't know. And you get a gifter badge, and the next thing you know, you're getting a message, please don't send to her, she's a huge scammer. Well, when you say, I didn't, I was in there trying to message someone, or I was trying to warn them, that just wasted time for us to message you when you've now become a gifter badge and you're in the chat. She could possibly see you, or if you're in there just saying, hi, what did you have for dinner? She can still see you and block you when you're not giving money.
Yeah, and y'all gotta help me get this word out, because for a while I kept having to yell at Fallon, and I'm like, Fallon, I promise you, it's because people are commenting. It's not because They're sending gifts. She was like, oh my God, I can't believe this person who's in awareness just did this. And I was like, no, I promise it's because they commented.
I think a lot of that had to do with at least 3 or 4 updates ago. It started doing that.
Yep.
And my problem with that is that if I go to present resources to the individuals, before I get blocked, of course, it shows that. And I don't like that. So I'm very careful who I message about offering up resources nowadays. Because first off, I don't and won't ever gift a beggar. I don't care. You are not going to get even a coin from me. But that's another reason why I like to have little things called troll accounts. Yes. Accounts that are made up in make-believe land, that the beggars exist in. And I use them to go in and observe and watch. So, but it's hard. It's hard. Trolla, I really am waiting for my articulated Kimmy Poo action figure. Okay. That was a good video.
Yeah. Listen, I am loving seeing all these TikTok action figure creations going on. I seen an Astrovino one. I seen a Jordan Paul one was just made. I was rolling. So they're very entertaining.
I saw the Beth and Devin one.
Yes,
that one was good.
It made
but yeah, my biggest thing is just do your research. Fallon said it the best. I don't care. 10 toes deep. I praise what she said. Read the room, folks. It's not hard.
It's really not. If you go into a room and you see a lot of people making the same comments over again, like, what is it again today? Oh, what do you need today? And come on, you guys, Jordan Paul every day. I just need like $40 for some gas to get to work and something to eat. Every day. It's the same thing. Just like when Amanda B comes back, it's going to be the same thing. I need $40. I need $40. You know what I mean? It's always the same. So you guys have to really, you guys I know are good, but for newer people, if you didn't know about this side of TikTok, read the room. And if you're not sure, please use the search bar on TikTok and type in that person's name, and I bet you're going to find something.
There is one person on this app that I endorse that I don't mind when they go into these people's lives and comment something. Well, actually 2 people. But that first one, have y'all noticed that notification person? They are so funny. I sent it to Offer One. They'll go into these beggars and scammers, and their name is Notification. And they'll say, warning, or suspension warning, if you do not shut down your live right now, you'll be your account will be suspended. And I mean, these people are taking it serious. They'll see that message come up with the little bell and they shut the live down. It is hilarious. And I endorse Matilda. Matilda is I'm fangirling over Matilda. So they're the only 2 I actually support the talk-in lives.
A lot of responses that we get back when we message is, I just didn't want to get blocked. So you're in there saying she looks beautiful or makeup looks great or you're so proud of them. Guys, that box right there that's Birdie on her page is a pinned post that tells you how to go ghost mode. Follow that account, go to that pinned account and go ghost. She can't block you if she can't see you. The other thing I want to remind you is we're not saying don't go in there. Get in there and report. Every time they do something stupid, like post their Cash App or want to bypass the system and just get straight cash, or they're begging for gifts, whatever it is, get in there and report. I'm not saying don't go in there, because how do I know you're in there if I'm not in there? So please don't think that it's don't go in there. You're not allowed to go in there. You got to stay outside in the window. That's not the case. I want you to go in there. I love when there's 314 people in there and only 2 people talking and it's their moderators. I love that because I know a crash out's coming. And that's what we're there for, right? We're all there to rubberneck.
Beggars.
I couldn't type all that in the comment.
Well, a lot of the beggars and scammers' lives are getting entered here lately, too. I saw a lot of them go down today. And Beth and Devin can't even get on any app. They lost their Instagram.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
They lost that. They can no longer go on Clapper. And Beth is having a hard, difficult time because she needs her dabs. She just needs her dabs, and she can't even get them. Yeah, no, I saw that, Happy Mommy. I saw that. But I don't know. The algorithms really changed up a lot, too. It's... Oh, and one last thing. Don't be surprised if TikTok goes offline before the 75 days is up. I would not be surprised. Just to give you a fair warning.
Yeah, I don't even know what's happening with that because I know that they said that it's in a tough situation.
Well, China pulled everything off the table for TikTok and everything else.
Right.
And you know what? I'll be honest with you all. It's exhausting, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings if it went off. I think if it goes down, you won't see it come back. I think it will be gone for good.
I agree.
But you know what? That just is going to make it a lot tougher for a lot of the other ones out there. And I'm okay with that. I'm to the point now where with the enablers, give them all your money. I don't care. It's your money. As long as I can save one elderly person or even a younger person from giving money, I'm okay with that.
Well, and adding to that, give them all your money, but don't keep trying to come over here and hang out with us because
Absolutely.
we
Facts.
don't want to.
Facts. But see, what they're doing is they're trying to get the inside scoop. They're trying to get the information. They're trying to disrupt what we try to do and bring in the truth. That's another thing that's starting to really irritate me and get to my soul. These, all these beggars and scammers sitting there going, "Oh, they're bullying me. No, we're not bullying you. And we're not bullying you by any means. What we are doing is putting out the truth and the facts and the receipts. You don't like it because you don't want that to come out. You can't stand that to come out. I mean, look at Tim and Angela. They got receipts put out on them hardcore. Where are they at now? Their page was private as last time I checked, and I haven't seen them live. But, that's how I'm looking at it.
And this handful here that we talked about tonight, as you guys know, there are always so many more, and it's so hard to keep up with every single body, and everybody's got like that special enabler that we run across that it just basically is the bane of our existence. Like, I was in a chat with Sweet Sassy, and she called out Kenny Shaw. And that dude is everywhere in Sean's chat, over in Country Boy's chat. He is horrible, but he's over there. And I think he's doing it just to just kind of put some sting into it because he never gives money. He just wants to help other people give their money. And I know I can hear it in Sweet Sassy's voice when she's like, "Oh, Kenny Shaw." I feel that way when I see Jesse or Denise or Mexican Girl or Juliet or Xmas Scout. When I see any of those, it just grinds my gears. And all I want to do is make sure that you guys help me put out the awareness on these enablers so we don't waste our time, our precious time, trying to message these enablers who already know. Let's get a hold of the new potential victims that we've never seen before. And I think that's the thing that upsets me the most is when you flip-flop. wasting, tying up my resources, trying to get you tagged in videos, trying to help you protect your money. And the next thing you know, we've got somebody who is an 85-year-old grandma who has been through hard times, and she knows what it's like to not be able to get her medicine. And she gives over the money to these two fully able-bodied people who can go out and get a job that are laid up on a hotel pillow begging for her money.
If anybody wants a box at this point, just go ahead and request. We will open boxes for conversation as long as it is respectful.
Yes. And as always, my page, feel free to send it out to whomever you feel you need. If you've seen them in these people's comments, protect their page, because ultimately the people who put out the truth is you guys in this chat and you on this panel. If your platform goes down, I don't have anywhere to send these people to see the truth, because I'm putting out enablers. You guys are putting out the proof and the truth that these people need to see. So without you, I am nothing. And without anything that you guys are doing the good work, we don't have anything. You guys are the one. You guys are the steam in all of this.
Yeah, you guys really do help out a lot. I can't tell you how many messages a day I get from you all helping out, and I truly appreciate it. But if you see something and you want to get it to us, take a screenshot. We need proof. So take a screenshot. Trolla's got the email in her bio, I believe she said.
Yep.
You can reach out there, send it to us there, reach out to any of us, but get the proof.
And remember, there are troll accounts out there that are mimicking the actuals. So when they come up with these 000 accounts, it's not them. So always hover over their name, click on it, and get the screenshot of their comment and the screenshot of their actual @ to be sure that it's that, because that's unique to them. And we don't ever want to call out someone who's not doing what we're saying that they're doing, because our credibility is everything over here. And if we don't have that, we have nothing.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, because a lot of people in here, if someone makes a rogue comment and you look at their, like if you happen to tap on their profile and say that they have like 0 followers and 0 nothing, you know that's a troll account, right? So that's going to happen a lot. I mean, that's what TikTok is about now. It's a sad thing that it's come to this, but it has. And we got to be better people, I think, in this room to make sure that we don't do that. And if anyone in here in this room is doing that, I'm going to tell you one thing. I am against you. Because we don't want that. Not that I really want TikTok, but I don't want people going against people with a derogative that is bringing them down and bringing shit to their life. I mean, people, we have to have a point in our lives where we support each other, okay? And if people want to continue to go against each other, that's their prerogative. But I am adamant that we can work this out with TikTok here as we are, and all be human and not go against people and do the thing that we don't want to do, which is show people's children or families or dox them. So let's all be good. I mean, that's all I want to do. I want to have a good time. I mean, I love it. I love TikTok. But people that are destroying people's families and their situation by doxing them, I am not into that. And if anyone is, believe me, I'm pissed off about it, because you shouldn't be doing it. And that's all I got to say about that. And swear to God, I love all you guys
Well,
for what you do.
but I get real pissed off when people start doing that shit.
Yep.
I
And
agree.
when we talk about one thing, families and children, that's not happening. And that, let's draw a line and let's everyone just be on the same page. Let's not do that anymore for us in here. And we're a small group. We have what, 199 people or 100 people in here or whatever. But it might be the most important 100 people we have.
Right.
So,
I couldn't
because
agree more.
it's not fair. It's not fair, is it? Right?
If you have a problem with somebody, I say you always just go to them directly. Don't involve their family, their friends. Don't do that kind of stuff. And you should really handle stuff off the app if there's any issues. And as far as, calling out the scammers, do it appropriately. Same thing with the enablers. Do it appropriately. But
And my whole point is never bring children into this.
absolutely not.
And if you ever would bring a deceased person into this, I swear to God, that is not children or, I mean, people. We have to have some type of respect around here. What the fuck?
I feel that frustration. There's been too much going on lately, and that's
All
why.
right, that's all I got to say. I'm
All
sorry.
right. Well, I appreciate you coming up, and I understand where you're coming from. I know we've seen a lot over the last few days, and it's been crazy.
Sorry about it. Okay, that's all I want to say. But
Yeah.
let's all be respectful. God damn it.
Absolutely. I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you, Drummy.
Have a good night. All right, guys, that's really all we had for the night to talk about. This was just the first part of Enabler Call Out. There will be more to come, believe me, because we have some goodies that we definitely want to bring attention to, especially one of our favorites, like emergency medicine, and a few others. And there's some that are, I guess, reformed now. So we're still keeping an eye out. We are still working on another trivia night for everybody. So please, again, anybody who can help us, contribute to that, you can email us or just message any of us in the boxes, the names and stuff like that.
Can you put up the email address for them, please?
Who are these people who have tracked down my children and called them and doxed me?
Yeah, Angel, will you reach out to any of us? Me, Trolla, Fallon, all for one. Reach out to any of us and just write the name. I know you've said it in chat, but there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Will you message it to one of us, please? And we will look into it, but will you actually message it to one of us?
Yeah, can you reach out to one of us so we can and get more clarification and stuff on that?
Is it the scammer or the mods that did it, Angel?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Well, I appreciate everybody that has joined the live. And we kind of just did this last minute as kind of like a pop-up because it's been a while. Just wanted to let you guys know we're still here. We're still doing stuff behind the scenes. We're still watching, and we're always here. Our inboxes are open. Our email is taffawareness@gmail.com. You can send us videos, screenshots, anything to that email. Again, it's taffawareness@gmail.com. And we're gonna finish prepping for trivia night, and we're gonna prep for another enabler, and we're gonna come up with some fun ideas to kind of make TikTok fun here and there again. Bring back some light. So I hope everybody has a great evening and a great night. I don't know if anybody has any last word.
I just
Yeah,
appreciate all of you guys.
I appreciate everybody. I will be out of service tomorrow night for a hockey game.
Yay.
Ooh,
So,
fun.
other than that,
Yeah.
everybody stay safe. Have a great night. Thank you for the gifts, everyone. I appreciate it. And you all know that I
Yes.
definitely turn
Thank
my
you.
gifts over.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
take care.
Good
I'm out.
night. Thank you.
Good night, y'all.
Birdie, Fallon, anybody last words?
Nope.
No, I just
Thank
want to
you,
say
Sean
I
Sale
appreciate
Song.
you guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I get a lot of messages. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate all of you guys. You guys are a huge help to everything that we do. And we couldn't thank you enough. And we can't wait to see